Good morning guys. So you just saw me finish everything at the solar panels there. So everything's wired into the combiner box. The only thing that I have left to do there is obviously I'm going to clean up all the wires, make them look nice and pretty. I am going to be adding 2 grounding rods out there as well. It's not super critical that I put them out there right at this moment, but definitely within the next week I'm going to be pounding in a couple of grounding rods and then running another number 6 spare up into the combiner box there. So we'll have 2 points of ground. And the reason why we're doing 2 points of ground, well actually we'll have 3 technically because we're going to be putting in 2 ground rods, is because our soil is so dry here. In order for a grounding rod to work, the soil needs moisture. And since we are very limited with the amount of moisture in our soil, we're just going to add as many grounding points as possible and then also interconnect all the grounds as well. So there is a ground wire that goes with these 2 wires that are coming from the combiner box from the solar panels there. So there's a ground wire in there as well. So when I'm done wiring everything up in here, I just have to go over there and then click in all the little MC4 connectors and then just flick on the breakers, and then we're going to be live on this end here. And since it's going to be a nice beautiful sunny day, almost like every single day here, we're going to have lots of power generated. So I just want to quickly get everything wired up. So what I have left to do here is I have to terminate these wires into the charge controller. Then we're running some wires into the this is called the switchgear box. So we'll be running 2 wires into there. I've got to jump all the batteries. So I've got some number 2 welding wire, and then I got all these nice copper lugs as well. So we're gonna finish that off. And then I just need a couple jumpers from the batteries going into the switchgear. And the rest of this is already wired. And you're gonna see an entire video about how everything is wired coming up soon. There might be a little bit of duplicate footage from today, but I didn't show you guys me mounting this or wiring any of this up. And then we're good to go. Then we can turn it on. So I'm gonna get started. Let's begin. morning guys. Alright, so today is so exciting because we've been running on a generator for the last 3.5 months, and today's the first day that we're running entirely on solar. So you can hear the washing machine going on in the background, but you don't hear the generator going. So last night Liam and I were just kind of mucking around with the charge controller, just making sure that we're getting all the different voltages right. Just because this charge controller, it works with lithium ion batteries, which is what this battery pack is. You just have to use some custom settings in order for it to work properly, so we just kind of had to go through those details. So yeah, this battery pack here, it's a Tesla battery pack, but it came from a hybrid car, and I'm pretty sure it was a hybrid smart car is where this battery pack came from. Now the company that sells these batteries on eBay, they're called Green Tech Auto, and they rate the batteries at 3 kilowatt hours even since they're used batteries. So that's the actual storage of them. Probably when the batteries were made, they had a slightly higher capacity, but 18 kilowatt hours of storage in these batteries. So we've already been running a number of things on it. We got the washing machine, the pump, we were running the air conditioner last night, the fridge was running all night, which is great, so we don't have to worry about the generator running to keep the fridge cold. So it's just, oh my god, this is such a life changer for sure. And it's just, it's such a simple little setup, and it looks complicated, but since I've gone through it and I've installed everything, like, to me it seems pretty simple now, pretty basic. So each of these little battery packs is rated at 60 volts, so they're all wired up in parallel. So yeah, everything's working. This is incredible. I'm so happy. And what I'm most happy about, especially when you're doing something of this magnitude, nothing blew up. That is always the biggest, like, yes. So there still is like a little bit of work to finish off the solar. Obviously the main components are finished. We're changing the layout of how we're wiring up the panels. So if you saw, we have 16 panels. We're only going to end up using 15, and we're going to do a different layout for how they're going to be wired. So the extra panel, I'll just use it for one of the future solar systems that we use, so nothing's going to be wasted or anything like that. Just because we had 4 of the solar panels in series to give us, and it was giving us about 148 volts or something like that. And it's just too high for this charge controller. The operating voltage is from 40 to 140, so it was just 8 volts too high. And we were going to put a diode down here to regulate the voltage, but he said it was just going to be too much of a hassle. So we're just going to go 3 panels in series and then 5 of those series. So there's going to be 15 panels, and yeah, everything's going to be working. So some of the main things that I have to finish is this backfilling the trench and just cleaning up the wiring. And something else that I'm going to be doing when I'm backfilling the trench is I just got this plastic ribbon stuff here, and I'm just going to bury the ribbon in with the cable. So typically what you do when you bury cable like that is, say if it's trenched down like 3 feet, you put about maybe 1.5 feet or 2 feet of dirt on top, and then you put this ribbon and you bury that about 1 foot from the surface. And so what'll happen is if someone's digging where they shouldn't be digging, they're gonna hit this ribbon first, and they're gonna see that there's ribbon, and then they're gonna know that there's something buried below. So we're gonna be doing that just as an extra precaution for safety, just because it could be very dangerous for a backhoe to hit live wires underground. I don't want to do that, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else, so it's always good if you have buried electrical cable, buried water pipe, or anything like that, is to use this type of ribbon. So the solar installation is done for now. I'm gonna have one more video that's gonna come out afterwards that's just gonna go over how everything is wired together and how I mounted all of this stuff here as well. And then I think I might do one more video just kind of updating how everything looks when it's totally finished, because there's still a huge trench out there and all that kind of stuff. Awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Talk to you soon.